I did not know what I was getting myself into when I started reading this book. I was very confused because when I posted this on my TikTok and was like, wow, all the pictures are great and the story was so great, everyone was like, duh, it's Brom. And I was like, I don't know who Brom is, but Brom is apparently a very famous horror illustrator. But this is a wonderful, wonderful story of witchcraft, and it's set in a historical period, so the language is really nice, and it's very like Salem witchcrafty, small town, a misunderstood woman. And see if I can find some examples of the images. I mean, okay, even just like the title image is so pretty. And then there's like these inserts in the middle. Sorry, my cat needs all the attention. But stuff like this. Super creepy, but super pretty. I'm not gonna show you all of them because I really feel like you should get the book, but I also love the size of the book. It's a very, for reference, this is like a normal paperback, and so it's slightly taller, and it's also slightly wider, and it just makes for a very pleasant read. Also the paper that's printed on is very soft and very pleasant. The design of each page is very pleasant. Good margins. Oh, hello. Hello? Am I not giving you enough attention? Are you not overheating? It's been so hot today. It's very much like a tale of growth and a tale of a woman kind of coming into her own as she grows, the historical treatment of women, and also kind of like freedom through witchcraft in some ways. It's very like old gods. It's a very pleasant book. It also like wasn't tremendously more expensive than a normal book. This one's a bad example because it's pretty expensive. Yeah, this was like $19.99 for the Holly Black Book of Night, and this is also $19.99. So these two books are the same price. They're the same height, but not the same width. So it's not terribly different. Anyway, but if you like witchcraft and you like fiction and you like horror, especially like small town folk horror, I'd say this is a pretty good book. I'm trying to see if there's a book that I can compare it to, because I feel like there's another book that I read recently that also had a similar vibe to it. But honestly, this is a pretty unique book. It's very kind of like druidic pagan. I wouldn't say it's like witchcraft in like the Catholic sense, even though the town definitely thinks of it as that kind of traditional witchcraft. It's very Puritan. So a lot of the clothing, the actions, the men, all of that is very kind of like old America, original settlers vibe. And then kind of talking about the stuff that's hidden in the woods of this newly discovered country. I love books kind of more specifically with depictions of holes in the ground. I think that's really cool. And so that was kind of something that I enjoyed. Mysterious hole. I just think of things like Jennifer's Body, where there's kind of like the gateway to hell. Things like that, where they go and they find a kind of site in the woods that's supposed to be evil or be the gateway to summon a demon. But anyway, yeah, Brom apparently has a bunch of other writing. I haven't read all of it yet, but I feel like there's a list. So this one is a Nightfire book, and it's called Slewfoot. And then also by Brom is Lost Gods, Krampus, The Child Thief, The Devil's Rose, and The Plucker. Oh my god, baby. You're stealing the show. You're too cute. Hi. Did you want attention? You wanted attention? Okay. The back says, set in colonial New England, Slewfoot is a tale of magic and mystery, of triumph and terror, from acclaimed author and artist Brom. An ancient spirit awakens in a dark wood. The wild folk call him Father, Slayer, Protector. The colonists call him Slewfoot, Demon, and Devil. To Abatha, a recently widowed outcast, to get alone and vulnerable in her pious village, he is the only one she can turn to for help. Together they ignite a battle between pagan and Puritan, one that threatens to destroy the entire village, leaving nothing but ashes and bloodshed in its wake. I mean, that's a pretty honest summary. It also says, the terrifying tale of bewitchery features more than 24 of Brom's haunting paintings, fully immersing readers in this wild and unforgiving world. Wild and unforgiving is definitely right. I feel like you'd expect kind of the demons to be the evil characters, but in this case, it's not the demons that are the evil characters. It's more of the town and the men and the established status quo that are the evil characters. And I really like that it kind of breaks expectations like that. I also do feel like the illustrations contribute a lot because it helps you visualize kind of what's going on. So every chapter opener has a really beautiful picture. Also, it's just beautifully laid out, like the drop caps, everything. It's just so pretty. So it's definitely a really satisfying and easy and comfortable read. I often don't read physical books, as I've mentioned. I read audiobooks a lot, but this is really a book that you can't read an audiobook of, because the images and the actual design of the book are so important to the experience of reading the book. And it really is worth it. I really hope that everyone reads this book who likes that kind of genre. I think I've never really heard it being hyped up by anyone anywhere, so I'm really hoping that in general it gets more attention than it has been. And I definitely hope to encourage people to read this. Yeah, it's just a really beautiful book.